Hey, it's Alicia Godfrey here with Keller Williams Excel Realty and the Godfrey Group. I get asked sometimes, what's being a realtor like? And so as we're halfway through November at this point in time, I thought I would share some of the things that we realtors are doing in what you would consider our off season. And really it's a lot about preparation. In the world of real estate, we are each self-employed people, and you really have to be a driven individual, especially when it comes to this time of year, because we are wrapping up closings for our clients that are currently in contract before the year end. We are helping people through inspections. I have some clients that have gone into contract on land, and I'm doing research today about septic, well, propane, electrical connections into the house, quotes for driveways. So there's all sorts of this stuff that we're doing that you don't see on HGTV. And then while we're also doing listing appointments, buyer consultations, everything we normally do, October, November is around the time we start pre-planning for our following year. So you're like, well, what is there to plan? Well, we're self-employed, so we get to plan everything. So I've started jotting down my chicken scratch notes, but I thought I'd run you through kind of the thought process that an agent goes through if they're a good agent and they're preparing for 2023. So I'm gonna use this as an example. If I wanted to close 50 homes next year, which means I wanted to help 50 families buy and or sell a property and sit at the closing table 50 times. And I know that if my business is about split. I do either 60-40 or 50-50 when it comes to helping buyers and helping sellers. But we're also anticipating that those listings, they might not all sell. It is not like it has been the last couple of years. We are seeing that shift in the market. So if you want to talk about will my house sell specifically, call me, I'm happy to talk to you. So we break these numbers down. So for example, if I want to sell 25 houses, which means I want to work with the sellers, and I have about a 90% conversion rate, which means when I sit down with a seller, about 90% of the time, I am the agent that they elect to work with. That means, in a normal market, if I was going to sell 100% of those listings, I would only need to have 28 appointments. But because some of these listings in this market may be a little slow, might not sell as quickly as we wanted, I actually need to have probably about 32 appointments in order to sell 25 homes, especially considering I might have 28 listings to get to 25. So we always pad these numbers a little bit because we want to push ourselves, as good agents, push ourselves to hit these numbers. Same thing is true on the flip side, except with buyers. At this time of year, I have a whole board in my office full of people that I've already had a buyer consultation with, which means that they know what their next step is. For some of them, their next step needs to be just go get pre-approved. For others, they are pre-approved and we're ready to start shopping. So I'm bucketing these buyers into the getting ready bucket, which means they're just kind of thinking about it. The ready to go, so they've got their pre-approval. And then there's the highly motivated bucket, which means for one reason or another, we are out pounding the pavement and looking for those homes. Same thing is true with buyers. Not all buyers are going to close this year, especially considering these higher interest rates that we're up against. But the good news for the buyers is they're going to have more homes to choose from because the home inventory level is going up. That said, if I want 25 buyers to sit at the closing table this year, I probably need to be working with 40 to 50 buyers throughout the year to get 25 of them to the closing table. The interest rates, worries about the economy, wanting to save up for a bigger down payment, those are typical reasons why buyers pause their search, put things on hold, and come back to me the following year, and that's fine. So why do we do all these numbers? We do all these numbers, we apply those numbers then to my average sales price, and we put together what's called a profit and loss sheet. So again, I don't get that paycheck every 2 weeks. I get paid when my clients are satisfied and own a home, or when my clients are satisfied and have sold a home. For me, a profit and loss sheet is a zero-based budget. And that is what will consume probably 2 days of my life here later in November or early December, where I literally sit and I say, this is how much money I'm aiming to make. And each month I'm going to map out how much of that money is going to go back into marketing my clients' properties the right way, which is a good chunk of my professional photography, signage, print marketing, online marketing, social media marketing. A lot of budget goes into that, as well as things like my insurance so that I can carry errors and omissions insurance, my education so that I'm always at the forefront of what my clients need from me, transportation, I need a car to drive around town and the gas money that goes into that car, client events, because I host 2 of those every year to treat my past clients and current clients to a little fun, closing gifts because I want to make sure my clients feel special on closing day, licensing fees, paying for my admin to do the work that she does for me, and then brokerage fees, and of course taxes. We self-employed people tend to pay a lot of taxes. So I do it because it helps me stay focused, keeps me motivated, and makes sure that I, along with my family, am living within my means. If I have a slow month, then we're not gonna go out and have a bunch of fun. If I have a great month, well then we can breathe a little bit easier. And we, being self-employed people, my husband and I are both self-employed, we budget accordingly and make sure we're always putting a healthy amount of money into our savings. Last thing I do at the end of the year is I start mapping out our 2023 vacations. And I know before kids and before self-employment, my husband and I used to be able to say, yeah, let's take that week off and go here. Well, now with kids' activities all the time and with clients to cater to all the time, which is a wonderful problem to have, I need to map my vacations out far in advance, and I have to find coverage for myself when I'm going to be out of town. What's coverage for a realtor? I need to find quality agents at my office or within a team that will show properties for me while I am out of town. Rarely do these individuals ever have to do any paperwork for me because I usually take my laptop with me on vacation and talk to my clients, communicate with them while I'm away. But it's important that I have boots on the ground, ready to take you out, and I start planning that out at the end of the previous year so that I never have to worry about whether or not someone will be here to cover for me. On top of all the normal stuff we realtors are doing, I thought you might enjoy a glimpse into what it takes to run a successful small business that is sales-based. If you've got questions about real estate or you're interested in this field, feel free to give me a call, 614-579-8907. I would be happy to talk to you about what being a realtor is like. If you're interested in knowing more about buying or selling a home in our currently shifting market, I am happy to talk with you about that. That is my passion, in case you cannot tell, and you can call me at that exact same number. You take 2 seconds and think about, who do I know that is thinking about buying or selling a home in 2023? And if you've got a person in mind, I would absolutely love and appreciate it if you would put us in contact via text, email, or call me and say, hey, do you have time on this day? I will take you and your friend out to coffee. I would love to meet them. Take care. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.